Hey y'all, I'm not going to be putting much of myself on the camera because I'm having a very vulnerable moment. But I want to talk to you about some real ass shit. If you are going into Ifa, if you are going into Isheshe, now I want to put a disclaimer. Ifa is beautiful. Ifa is the most beautiful thing in the world. And if you have a good Babalawo, I'm begging you to go hug them and cherish them right now. I've been on my path for maybe like 10 years. And I've been fucked over every single house I went to. And I know it's very hard to believe that so much negativity could come to a person if they're not doing negativity. On my life, I have been genuine. I have been humble. I have been a good person. I have been selfless on my fucking journey. And I have gotten so fucked over. It doesn't make no sense. I have lost everything. And I'm just putting this out there to say you have to be careful if you are going into Isheshe and Ifa. There are more fake Babalawos than I thought. And there are fake Babalawos who are online calling other Babalawos fake. People. I don't know why this shit is not talked about enough. You know, there's not a lot of regulations in Isheshe, so once you send the money, it's gone. If the person is not competent, if the person decides that they want to try to steal the fortune that's coming to you, it's no refund buttons. There's no refunds. There's nothing protecting you and the money that you put into it. I've put more than $50,000 into Isheshe, into Ifa, into fake Ifa. Let me stop, please, because I don't want to say it wrong, because Ifa is accurate. Ifa is beautiful. Ifa is everything good in the world. But people and humans have fucked it up. I don't care what nobody say. I know my life is a bit unique. And all of our life is unique. But I know I'm one of the small percentage of people who experience a very high level of paranormal activity. They told me something about like I was born with a curse. I know my father was a real, like, really bad guy. So, you know, I think some of that comes with it. But you just have to imagine being on a journey, going somewhere for healing, for help, for restoration, to break family curses, and the people you are entrusting are actually placing you in more bondage. I have only encountered one good practitioner on my journey, and I've been to maybe like 15. Because if I feel something is off, if I feel it too many times, I'm going to leave. I'm not gonna fucking stay. I'm not gonna fucking stay. There are a lot of people who are practicing and pretending to be love and light spiritualists, but they are doing some really evil shit. There are people right now who have cancer because there's a spiritualist that you think is helping you, and they are hurting you. Oh my God, it's really bad. It's bad. There are people right now. There is this one Babalawo, fake Babalawo. Please, I really have to say it right because I don't want to ever contribute to a bad rep when it comes to organic, genuine E5. It is the most beautiful thing in the world because I've experienced it. But if you are with a fake Babalawo, incompetent Babalawo, selfish, egotistical, even greedy Babalawo, you have to be so careful because they will ruin your life. I'm just frustrated because it's been many times I've given my last, and that could even be my fault. But there have been many times I've given my last to secure my future. It's been a few years since I've disconnected from a lot of people, and it was the best thing that I could have done. Ifa has confirmed that nobody was a friend to me on my journey. There's a small handful of people who did some goodness to me, but the ultimate... Anyway, let me just keep going, man. It's just crazy. Because there's a lot of Babalawos. They know in their heart they're jealous. They know in their heart they would never want to help someone achieve higher than them. And why are you working for the public then? Why are you working for the public if you cannot handle someone having a stronger Odu than you? If you cannot handle Ifa saying someone may possibly be richer than you, why are you doing Ifa for the public? Why are you doing Ifa as a full-time job? Because the greed of money can cause people to practice their craft very poorly. And this is my truth. Nobody can take my truth from me. I notice a lot of people like to only make it seem like it's peaches and rainbows over here. It's not. There's a lot of destiny swapping. There is organ harvesting going on. These people are organ harvesting. If you have gotten into this journey and gotten sick, and you used to be strong, and you feel like you're getting lean, that's organ harvesting. Like, you'll know it when it's going on. I'm not talking about somebody detoxing, just losing weight. Hold on, y'all. Let me wipe my face. I got snot everywhere. You know, they like to say you should do Ebo every month. You know, Ebo is not cheap. Every Ebo is just going to be just about $100 and up. There was a lot of money I had where I could have been securing my future here in the 3D realm. And I decided that I wanted to take care of things spiritually so I could secure my future even further. I made it very clear to everybody who I encountered that I don't play with life, and I'm very serious about life, and I'm very serious about my path. They all looked me in my face, act like they were helping me, and they were in the back binding me. They were in the back freezing my money. They were in the back binding my stomach so I couldn't fucking eat, sending me evil eye, then spitting fucking OT on my head and telling me they're fucking praying for me and wishing me well. My E5 has said some very beautiful, powerful stuff about my life. And I know it's true and accurate because it also spoke on the negative things about my life. I have not seen none of the positive things in my life manifest because the people who I entrusted to help me secure, and this is what I'm talking about too, because when it comes to them and their family, it's so funny how the spiritual work is done correctly. But when it's come to helping someone else, the spiritual work is not done correctly. People have charged me luxury, top dollar prices. I have a hand of Ifa. It was $1,500. It turns out the Ifa is filled with evil Ikins, and the Ifa has 3 eyes. If you know anything about this journey, you would know that that is very wrong. I paid $1,500 for that while I was overcoming homelessness. And these people knew everything, and they watched me suffer. They watched me scratch and claw my way out of homelessness. And Ifa congratulated me. Ifa told me he had so many beautiful blessings in store for me. I haven't seen one of them. This is not Ifa doing this, and I really love what someone I was speaking to just said. It was so simple, but it was true. He said these people are working with things that are not Ifa, because Ifa does not accept evil. He said these people are claiming Ifa, and some of them are actually initiated, but they are still solely claiming Ifa. They're solely claiming Ifa, but they're working with a lot of evil behind the scenes. I used to think that when people got initiated or they got titles like chief and stuff, I thought it was for the betterment of the world. But you have to realize people get initiated and they get these titles for their own selfish reason. And I just feel like maybe I was so naive. I just thought going into this, it was, if you're initiated into E5, you know, it's just one love to every initiate. No, you have to be careful. The spiritual brothers and sisters that you develop can be your biggest enemy. And they can be your biggest enemy because they are with you at your most vulnerable spot. You have to think about, when it comes to spirituality, that shit makes a grown man bow down because you're trying to be humble and get one with God. These people have gotten a lot. Imagine your biggest enemy just knowing all your information. I've gone to people and I mean, Ifa has said it. Ifa has said really good stuff. And Ifa has said, you know, this person, you know, can be just as powerful, you know, if not more powerful than you. People don't like to hear that. And I realized, like, wow, that's crazy, because why are you doing work for the public? You feel like everyone's going to only be under you? Don't you want your kids to grow and be bigger and better than you? That's just crazy to me. I'm just having a very, very vulnerable, real, raw moment about my journey. I'm gonna do a video about my beautiful experience, because it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I realized that that had to do with the competence of the Babalawo. But I was connected with this Babalawo through third party. There were other people gatekeeping me get into this Babalawo, so I was never able to really work with him one-on-one. But I knew his energy when he was helping my situation, because it truly improved. And a lot of people were shocked at the amount of goodness that was coming into my life. That was the one thing when I picked up on too. I'm like, wow, y'all just watch me struggle. Now you see good stuff coming in my life, and I instantly feel jealousy. I was just homeless, fleeing from domestic violence. Now you see I get blessed with a truck, and you're jealous? If you feel any form of ego or jealousy from a spiritual person that you're trusting, please just leave. And then it's so many things. It's so much. I'm just having a moment, and I just want to put this out there, because I know it may not be a lot, but I know it's a few people who are having a moment, and it's so talked about so little. It's talked about so little. I don't know why my journey had to be like this. I mean, I know why it's about humans, because I know it's not spirit. And I apologize to spirit if me venting and complaining makes spirit feel like I'm ungrateful, because I know spirit is really there. I know spirit is real. The shit these people have done could have killed me. Should have killed me. And it's all from jealousy. It's all from jealousy. I'm not some fucked up ass person. I am selfless, man. I really am. And I know it's weird when people talk about themselves. I feel like it's better for other people to congratulate you on a character trait, but sometimes self-awareness is not bad. I know I'm selfish. It's actually too much. I have to actually force myself to be hard and not overgive. So, I don't know, man. You just got to be careful on these spiritual journeys. And I just know because there's probably somebody like me, you see all these people that look like you, connecting. You feel like, wow, it's one big family. Please don't be naive. It's not always one big family, happy family. And please be mindful of who you have reading for you and doing work for you. I'm not talking about the obvious scammers who are clearly fake. I'm talking about the ones who are real. I'm talking about the ones who are real initiates and they're doing wickedness. I'm talking about the ones who are daughters and relatives of chiefs who are doing wickedness. Okay? I just had to get this out. I feel a little bit better, but once again, I'm not true, real, organic Ifa Isheshe is the most beautiful thing in the world. But if you've dealt with a wicked priest or chief, whatever they want to call themselves, I'm telling you right now, there's an Elay right now. I know for a fact they are organ harvesting. Whew, wow. I watched this chief tie someone's. I didn't physically see her do this, okay? But I watched her, but I did physically see her like act like she was helping this girl. She act like she was helping this girl. But she was actually behind the scenes doing magic for the girl to be having health issues. The girl was young, vibrant, way too early to develop a fucking cancer. And the girl developed cancer. Very popular, beautiful girl. You could tell she had a lot going for herself. And she is still, I have tried to warn her, she is still there. And when I say try to warn her, I just try to warn her spiritually. But yeah, I mean, and I just point this out to say, this is very hard to see through. This is very hard to see through. These people are Grammy-nominated actors. And I pride myself on a strong sixth sense. And I've even been gotten a few times. And I am a severe target right now because I have seen things. And these people know that I know what they've been doing to me. These people know that I know what they've been doing to other people. And I'm being severely targeted because of that. These people don't even like the thought of me possibly speaking out about this. But if that's the case, then why the fuck are you doing this shit? I want to try to leave this on a positive note. Once again, if you have a good babalawo, you'll know if you have a good babalawo, because just good things start happening, especially when you're doing right and you're going by your taboos and you're just being hardworking, prayerful, hopeful. Ifa don't want us going around in circles. Yeah, the universe will put us through some tests here and there. Ifa don't want us losing businesses, being sick for months. Ifa doesn't take you to a house just to lose that house. Ifa doesn't help you get a business just to lose that business. Ifa doesn't help you reach a pinnacle of your life just to turn around and get sick with cancer. No. Especially if you've been putting in the work and you feel like things are going the contrary. Either somebody is wicked and they're betraying you, or somebody is severely incompetent. Either way, it's both unacceptable. Or you, as the individual, are doing some things behind the scenes that you probably shouldn't be doing, or maybe you don't know you should be doing. So if something doesn't work, it's not always, oh, I have a wicked spiritual leader. No. You just have to, you gotta feel what I'm talking about to know what I'm talking about. If you don't feel it, then please don't try to break this down and negate everything I'm saying. If you know, you know. I'm gonna leave this here. I would love to hear about some of your journeys. I would love to hear the beautiful things as well, because I personally need to hear some encouragement. I need to hear that it's still some good people out there doing good spiritual work. And you know, if you've went through something similar or something worse or something strange, feel free to drop that in the comments as well. You know, this is an open space, but you will be blocked if you try to condemn anything that I'm saying, because my truth will prevail. And I'm not gonna act like it's peaches and cream, because I feel like if I would have encountered a video like this coming in, I would have instantly been more discerning. I would have instantly not been so open and caring. And I had an extra level of vulnerability, because I'm not some super vulnerable person. I'm not naive. I'm not getting fucked over here and there. But I decided to be extra vulnerable because this was something that was spiritual. You gotta be war ready. You gotta protect yourself even with spirituality, if not more, because you're extra vulnerable here. All right. So this was just a quick video. just talking. Bye, y'all. Until next reading. Hopefully it will be better energy.